not a secret task, but I'm also not allowed help. Your role is what? Lazy River. You have no secret task. Most players have a secret task. You don't. They still shouldn't discover my task. Task will only be completed once the player correctly guesses it. Okay. So I didn't have anything to do for 2 weeks. So I filled my time building some new things and, well, let's say hanging out with people because that's nicer than what I did. Let's take a look. First, I made a froglight farm. With a froglight farm, it meant there was a lot of breeding of frogs to get tadpoles, and eventually I got enough to go to 3 different biomes to get 3 different colors, including the end, which was difficult because look at the state of the end. It really needs to be repaired. But I got the frogs through there with some jumping. And then we made our way to the Nether, which turned out to be its own adventure because spawn isn't set up for frog and boat transportation. So unfortunately, my time lapse of building the Froglight farm is just gone. I don't know if it didn't record, if it didn't like get saved, like maybe I deleted it or something, but it got built and I got all the frogs in, which was a bit of a pain, as you might assume dealing with frogs is. And this is the Froglight farm. I've had to change up the storage like 4 or 5 times because it makes so many froglights. I mean, I have sorters down here and pretty much all of these are full, except the end, which is magma cream. But instead of having to constantly empty it out, I actually added more storage. And then if that fills up, it gets sent to the trash can, which is lava as a guest. So I had storage that was just minecarts going up to impulse sorters up here. It worked, but it couldn't keep up easily. I had a portal here that everything got spit through, and then it had water streams. The water streams, something went wrong with them. I came back from AFKing one night, and there was thousands of froglights in the water stream, and they didn't get picked up at all by the sorters, even though the sorters were set up correctly and I verified they worked. I don't know what happened. It was chunk loaded with ender pearl. It just thousands of froglights in a water stream circling all night. And we lost a couple frogs when I was trying to break bedrock over here. I ended up finding a non-TNT way of doing it, and that worked wonderfully, but it still does suck removing all of this bedrock. That's why over here I went down instead of trying to expand this over so I didn't have to break any more of it. But yeah, that's the Froglight farm. I really wish I had the time lapse of building it. So after the Froglight farm, it was, well, I wanted to build another farm. So I built a squid farm, which let's go take a look at. This is the squid farm storage. It's got 2 shulker loaders on it. I have not really ran this since putting the shulker loaders on it because it makes a lot of dye very quickly. Well, a lot of ink sacs that I turn to dye, but yeah, a lot. It does a lot. Let's go through the portal here and I'll show you where the farm is. Excuse the mess and the sheep. If we fly over here, the farm is right here. It's just a portal-based one. They spawn, they don't have anywhere to go except through the portal. There is turtle egg and wither roses in case zombified piglins spawn. And then over here is my little AFK spot. If I stand here, we'll go back here in free cam. We should see, yeah, squid spawn. They get sent to the nether. And then in the nether, they die on campfires. And then all of their ink sacs end up in those shulkers. So yeah, I didn't do a time lapse of that at all because it was mostly draining water and then putting in a bunch of portals. So yeah, that was one of those River needs something to do, and River didn't really feel like time lapsing. With all the new farms, I decided I needed a bigger shop. And well, what do I have a bunch of that is easy to build out of? Iron blocks. Yep, iron blocks. So let's take a look at that. Yes, so eventually I added on the second floor and have been adding in items as I go. We have frog lights, magma cream, which is never full, glowstone, sea lanterns, ink sacs, all of the different prismarines, some woods, because I did make a tree farm. Okay, thunder. I made a tree farm that does the spruce, birch, oak, cherry, mangrove, and it can do acacia and jungle as well, but I don't have those stocked. And then I am manually farming the dark and pale oak, and I have a bamboo farm. I'm slowly adding every color of dye we can get in the game. I'm only missing 3. I've got rockets, rocket boxes, gunpowder boxes, honeycomb, honeycomb block, honey and slime, and then bone block. And then over here is totems. Rockets seem to be like the best seller, but with the sulfur cubes, people have been buying a lot of slime. I do want to do some decorating in here. It's supposed to be like a big box store, like a Costco or a Sam's Club. But I do want to do some decorations in here. Like, I'm trying to split these up with a gap so I can do columns. I have the entire upstairs to deal with, but I got plenty of room down here. I just need to like do a proper interior, and then I need to make steps to get upstairs. But we don't need to go upstairs right now because right now it's just a bunch of miscellaneous storage as I've been putting things there to get ready for other projects, which you'll see in the next video. After this, though, well, I was running out of farms and I still needed people to guess my task. And no one was guessing my task. Like, it should have been easy. It should have just been, River, do you even have a task? And then when I'm quiet, they could guess. However, I decided to become a menace.
I get FOMO from you guys. Well, isn't the war resolved now? Because I
Oh.
Technicalities. Oh, does that just fall
River,
under
don't you
distracted
dare
driving
lead it to
laws?
us.
Yeah. It falls under distracting driving.
River!
River! River!
River!
River!
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Got bored, so I thought I'd come say hi.
Okay, hi.
Oh, fuck. No, please, don't.
A new god has entered the arena. Actually, no, it's a new player. Where are they?
River! Go away, River! Crouch, run!
Why is my audio doing that? Speaker. Ah.
Face block back over. Ready. Face back. Do you know how to fly? Are you good at it? You need to follow me, okay? Come on.
River, no! Back off! Go away, River! River, if they die, you're uninvited to the wedding.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Try to go through the nether.
The nether is infinitely worse. Do not go through the nether.
I'll break the portal when you go through it.
Oh, a
Oh,
totem. Someone was nice.
No, it's
This way. In here. River, they have claimed sanctuary in my base. There will be no killing of them today. You may have your chance in the future, but they have protection of
How many times have I killed you?
sanctuary.
I can wait. I'm patient. Dolphin, you all drop heads. Come here. There we go. Now I'm invisible, which is a very bad thing for them. And where Dev is where they are.
No. If there was a person, it would be much more obvious.
Yeah, there's a river down there. Talking of which.
River. Hi.
Hold on. First of all, but it's a dolphin head. I'm trying to grab it before then, but I haven't full inventory.
Commodity, I'm gonna just start charging a random number of diamonds, I think is what I've decided. Totally.
Welcome to Biome Bound.
I think you should give him diamonds.
Honestly, for being lazy for this task, I think the reason it took so long for anyone to try to guess my task was because, well, I think I was causing trauma to the entire server. But it was fun. Speaking of traumatizing the entire server, you should click the link in the description for my TikTok, because I posted all of those, edited, along with some other fun little TikToks during the time. But there's one thing left that I did that was on brand for the task that I thought would help people guess it, but they didn't. I built a lazy river in the flower forest. Technically a lazy river of rivers because every armor stand is me. So I missed this part in the time lapse because apparently I'm missing one time lapse file. But Lazy River Expeditions, tube rentals. Built this little starting shack, and then if we just run through the flower forest, you can see that every single one of these has been updated to have my head on it. They all have pants and chest plates. And I tried to go with different poses, but there's only so many that would work with this. I wanted to try to make it look like they had their arms up to keep them from falling in. I don't remember what the point of this one was. I think this one's scared. And then some of them are just sitting on the tubes, some are inside the tubes. And it just goes all the way down here with different poses. Until we reach the end where people are getting their tubes out of the water to return them to the tube return. I think my favorite ones are, let me avoid all these creeper holes. Most of them were here prior to me doing this. Let's see where. Here we go. This one's one of my favorite. It's Little River, holding on to the side of the tube. And then this is Lazy River lazing on a lazy river. But yet no one guessed based on the lazy river. After I told them I built a lazy river, it made more sense to them why there was suddenly a lazy river. But again, no one guessed it because of the river. They all thought I was just being a menace, which to be fair, I was. But that wasn't a task, that was just for the love of the game. Biome Bound, I'm sorry if I caused you trauma. It will continue because I'm not leaving. It's actually probably about to get worse. And you're probably guessing how long I made it before someone guessed my task. The answer? The Thursday before they end the task. The tasks are given out on Saturdays, they end 2 Saturdays later, and I made it to the Thursday before. And it was Potato who guessed. Everyone else thought I was just supposed to be a menace or kill people or all this stuff. And then Potato sent me this DM in Discord. So he didn't get the name of the task right, which is fine. He doesn't have to. But he did guess the general gist of it, and that was enough for the server runners to say I passed. And I lasted long enough that I got a bonus out of it. So I get some extra island tokens, which I still don't know what we do with those, but I hope we find out soon because I have a lot of them and I'm hoping they end up being useful. But anyway, that's it for this task, this episode. I'm already working on the new one with the new task. It's fun. It's going to be a big episode. So go check out TikTok in my description below because like I said, there's clips there. I'm posting stuff. They're edited. They have music. It's very fun. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.